Hello friends, welcome to Ika's world. If you're new here, I am Ika. I am beginning to transition from summer to fall like everybody else. Maybe I am a little bit late, but that's how I usually do it. So I will start with a floral arrangement for my dining table. I was thinking to do like a lower vase, but I really love this vase. It's so ornate and it goes well with my handcrafted dining table, so I am keeping this one. It's a little bit tall for what I wanted, but I think it's gonna turn out okay. So without further ado, let's do this. So I will start. I have all kinds of flowers here. I brought them, and branches and sunflowers, and my theme is my colors are going to be black, white, and orange with touches of gold and silver. So I'll try to stay within that color palette, but we'll see. So I will, because the vase is very deep, I will start with the branches maybe, and then I will work my way up. I don't know how this is gonna. I want these to be sort of like to hang over the edge of the vase. Like so. I'll try to make it as, like, not too tall. So I have a little bit of floral foam, and I'll just try to stick it here in the middle of my branches. Like that. I really love sunflowers. They must be one of my favorites, right next to peonies and roses. this pumpkin that I bought not too long ago. I think the detail on it goes perfectly with my candlestick, with my candle holders, and with my vase. And this one, if you are one of my subscribers, you would have seen my previous video. This one was one of my DIYs. The only thing that I did off camera was attach those leaves. They actually come from the Dollar Tree in candlesticks like that, or in candlesticks, candle holders like that. So I just detached it. Basically, with this tray that I also DIY'd on one of my previous videos, I was going to put this on my coffee table, but it just seems, I don't know, it just seems too much. So I decided to put it on the, since it's so big, I decided to put it on the coffee table or on the fireplace. Next, I will place one of my another one of my DIY vases. Oh, and now I have to move the camera. Okay, just hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, so for this I just put a few branches of eucalyptus and these white ones that I had forever. The eucalyptus is from I believe from Winners. And that's all I'm going to do with that vase. Now I have the little vase that is also a DIY. I DIY them together. So with this one, I'm not going to put any flowers in it because I don't want it to be too much. But I have this chain, and it came from one of the Dollar Tree's handbands. So I just cut the fabric, the green fabric, and then I pulled the chain. Now I am going to cut one ring at one end. Oh, I cut it all together. Oh jeez, this is really fragile. Let's see if I can manage to cut it without damaging it, the whole thing. Yeah, no, it kind of breaks in two. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and grab a little bit of floral wire, and I'm just going to use floral wire instead. I was going to use one of the rings, you know, to put it around the neck of the vase together, but obviously it's not to be. Next, I am going to put this candle holder and this candle on top of it. And then I'm going to put this beautiful pumpkin. This is also from Winners, I believe. And maybe add just one more. It is absolutely magical in here. I don't know what's the dominant here. The flickering of the candles, the flames from the fireplace, or maybe the backdrop of the city lights. And this is what I mean by the backdrop of my fireplace. My fireplace is placed below a window, and I'm telling you, it's like having a four-season painting above it. It you know, it's just, I can't get over it. I moved this fireplace a few times, and this is the place that it's sort of like a focal point, and at the same time, as I said, I have a four-season backdrop above it, which I love. Okay guys, so I showed you how everything looks in the dark. it's beautiful, it's magical, and now I am going to show you how it looks in the daylight. Of course, you know, the fairy lights you won't be able to see, but I turned them on anyway. I did not turn on the fireplace because it's sunny outside, and I don't know, 20 degrees I think, or 20 some degrees. So on the fireplace everything stayed the same, except I added these maple leaves to the chains on both vases, just to give it a more seasonal look. And instead of the candle that I had here before, I added this pineapple, and I put it inside a lampshade. The color of the lampshade is sort of like an umbery color, so it goes perfect with the season. Everything else here is the same. Beside the fireplace, I added on this little end table, I added some greenery inside the other lampshade, and then 2 candles And these were also lampshades at some point. I had one of those oldie ones, and I got rid of the lamp, but I wanted to keep the lampshades because I just love the shape of them. So I just turned them into candle holders. The coffee table, I changed a few times. At some point, it was too much on it. Other times, it was too little. So I decided that this is just enough. So these are the hurricane vases that you saw me adding those maple leaves. And then I put in candles in them. Everything else is the same. My dining table is the same. I added one real candle, and then inside these guys here, the candle holders, I put in some fairy lights and I added some acorns instead of the candles. I don't know, I think I showed you earlier I put candles, I mean not candles, pumpkins inside them, but I changed them to acorns because the pumpkins were too big. So this is how it looks. The other thing that I'm not sure if I showed you earlier, this is one of my DIYs, and the only thing that I added to it was those maple leaves. They come from candle holders from the dollar store, and I just sort of like ripped the leaves off of it and placed them with my pumpkin. This one is new. I got it at a grocery store. I love the detail on it. It matches the details on my candle holders. It's sort of like the same majestic detail, or royal detail I should say, as is on my vase and on my candle holders. To my breakfast bar, I just added these plates I got at HomeSense some years ago. I'm going to use them for pastries and cookies and stuff like that. This is one of my upcycles, the bowl, and then I put a few pumpkins in it, and that's about it. Not a lot going on here. On the side of my breakfast bar, again, I added an apple, some pumpkins, and I went crazy with the maple leaves. I added them everywhere I could. This tree I thrifted. I did not do anything to it. It's exactly the same as I bought it. It was somebody else's DIY, but I just thought it's perfect for this season. Beneath the apple, I added this jewelry box just because it matches. It sort of like matches my colors, my color scheme. In the kitchen, I only added that little pumpkin beside my containers there. I think it's a pumpkin. It looks like a pear, but I think it's a pumpkin. And one more pumpkin above my stove. I don't want to do a lot in my kitchen because I have a small kitchen and I don't like a lot of stuff on my counter, so I keep very limited things here. On this corner, I added a vase with a few seasonal things. The sunflowers are clip-ons. I just clip them on to those glass beads or glass beaded branches. On each end table, I added a pumpkin. On my sofa, I changed the pink pillows with black ones. And this mirror is new. I've been seeing them everywhere. They are apparently very popular. And I wanted one for a long time. I have one actually, but it's smaller. So I wanted a large one. But I never wanted to pay the amount of money that they sell for in the stores. So I started looking at thrift stores, and I finally found one. And it's quite pricey still because the mirror is, I've been told, is crystal, and the details on it is not like those plaques. They are not wood. It's some sort of a metal, I think. On each side of the mirror, I have the same wall sconces that I DIY'd a while ago. I still love them. I can't get rid of them. The mirrors behind them are from the Dollar Tree. I've seen them. I haven't seen them actually since before Christmas of last year. I think that's when I got them. What I decided to do, because it started with the mirror. The mirror is too high above my sofa, and I didn't like it, so I decided to frame it. My first instinct was to use moldings, but then, you know, the way I change things around here, if I decide to take the molding down, is going to be a lot of work for me. So I chose an alternative. This is mainly sold for backsplashes, to give the tiles a finished look, you know, on the edge of the tiles. And then I chose these book corners to give my frames a more finished look, a more decorative look. So I did one frame around the mirror. I did one around each of the sconces, the wall sconces, and then in the corner I did two, one around my clock and one below where I'm going to display probably seasonal art or whatever, wall art or whatever I'm going to decide to put in there. And because I like symmetry, I did the same thing on the opposite wall by my dining room. And I just added those leaves in the middle of the mirrors just to give it again, you know, another seasonal look. So this is all that I have for you folks. Thank you so much for watching. Give my video thumbs up if you like it. Share it with your friends and families. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. Have a magical day. Have a peaceful night, wherever you are.